Will you turn on the light, please? Thank you. All right. So these are the last boxes from the car. Finally. What's all this? What? I can imagine my uncle had this many friends. Oh, come on. Just because he's dead or declared dead doesn't mean he was this wonderful man. It's so dusty in here. You know, I'm actually surprised this place didn't collapse during the war. Oh, and thanks again for helping with this, by the way. You know, I haven't spoken about this in a very long time, but seeing as we are up here rooting through all his crap, I may as well tell you some stuff about him. What? How does that still work? Oh, pass it here. The phone, please. I bet you 100 pesetas that this is my mother. Hola? Hola, mama. We're just starting now. Oh, 'cause we only just got here? Yeah, I know. I'm counting down the days. Well, I'll only be back in time for the fitting if you let us get on with it. No, I'm not shouting. I'm not shouting. This is just my voice. Hola? Mama? You know, me and my mom don't exactly see eye to eye, right? And now she's appointed herself as the wedding planner and... it's just too much. I wish I could be as excited as her, but I don't know, I'm just not. Sometimes I wish I could just run away from it all. Just escape to some paradise. Feel the sun on my skin, the salt in my hair. You know, cut my teeth on some proper adventures. Well, it's not the most practical plan, is it? Come on then. These boxes aren't gonna pack themselves. Would you mind looking in those drawers while I rummage through this cupboard? Oh, it's jammed. Just give it a good tug. So, anything interesting in there? Oh yeah, sorry. I was telling you about my uncle. Firstly, don't be fooled by the cheesy bow tie. This man had some real skeletons in his closet. I must have been 9 or 10 years old when I got sent here. I was a bit of a troublemaker growing up, and my parents thought I could use some old-fashioned Catholic discipline. Though when I got here, discipline was the last thing on my mind. Okay, so picture this. It's 1935, a beautiful summer in Madrid. I've just arrived off the train, and guess who's there to greet me? She was the cutest little ball of squiggly fun I've ever seen. Her name was Paquita. I didn't even know my uncle had a dog, and we fell in love instantly. Oh, and at the time, I fancied myself as quite the little Sherlock Holmes. I mean, I probably read too many stories, but I couldn't wait to get out there and investigate my first real case. But Manolo, my uncle, really didn't have the same plan as me. He just wanted to sit around inside, twitching his mustache and rustling those stupid newspapers. This was going to be my summer? The worst part was, whenever he actually did anything, he would never tell me where he was going, never invite me, and he locked the door behind him. And I mean double-bolted. So, soon enough, my exciting adventure had turned into a bad case of cabin fever. I remember wondering if I could genuinely die of boredom. Eventually, things got so bad that I just started doing the housework, just for something to do. Of course, that didn't last very long. So, with nothing else to do, I started investigating anything I could get my hands on. Paquita is my wily sidekick, of course. But even Dad rattled my uncle's cage. And soon enough, he had enough. And, in a bid to get rid of me, he gave me something. I had no clue what it was, but it didn't take me long to figure out that it was an old camera. As soon as I got the hang of it, that was it. I knew I had found my calling. I love taking photos of things, even just around the house. Especially Paquita. Oh, she took quite a few knocks in the process, but I think she loved the attention. And for a while, I began to forget that I was trapped in here. My uncle never joined in any of the fun, of course, or even noticed what we were up to. Now that I think about it, it must have been around that time that I started to realize that Manolo was barely home at all. It wasn't just during the day either. He was always sneaking out at nighttime. He was like clockwork. As soon as I put my head down, there he was, shuffling across that same squeaky floorboard every night. Did he really think I wouldn't notice? Come on, I knew he was up to something. Something shifty. Something worth investigating. And so this went on, night after night after night. I just couldn't take the mystery any longer. I rooted through this whole damn office looking for some sort of clue, but there was nothing. So instead, I started to document his movement. What time did he leave? What direction did he go? Which tram did he take? And I started snapping photos of him every time he crept away. But even with all that evidence, I just couldn't piece it together. To be honest, I was about to give up until this one day. This one day when he came in with this bag. And right away, you could just tell there was something odd about it. Now, I don't know what I expected to be in there, but I'll tell you now, it wasn't that. I never seen so much money before in my life. Where the hell did he got it from? And why? That was it. That was the moment I knew Manolo Monreal was not the man I thought he was. So at the very next chance I got, I followed him. This whole time I've been waiting for a case to present itself, and here it was. I mean, look, you would follow him, wouldn't you? Okay, saying that now, yes, I can see that it was a bit crazy. But it was great.
Hmm?